first trading account, I literally, because I didn't know how, the aspect behind it, the theory behind it, that you're actually going to lose before you make money, that you're actually going to go through this pain. And I funded my trading account with $1,000. I'll never forget this. This was a loan that my mom took at the bank. And I was like, you know what, with $1,000, I can make it 10,000 to pay my mom back and then, have money for this. You know how the goals go. But I was still trading demo. So when I went live, I actually blew that account all the way to $250.
What to do, YouTube family? Ah, so good to have you guys back again. I get excited every video we make. Today we've got
another one, another one, another one.
and it's a banger. We've got one of South Africa's favorite traders, Jason Noah. Jason Noah got kicked out of home and went on to make a huge success of himself. He's a household name in South Africa in terms of trading, and is setting trends in South Africa. We've got all Jason Noah's journey, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, smash the like button, subscribe, because every week we push out the best advice from the best traders. All right, hope you guys enjoy. Cheers, fam.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, I go by the name of Jason Noah, from South Africa, born and raised in Kimberley. Moved to Pretoria when I was about 5 years old. And a lot of people always look at me and they think this guy was probably one of the smartest people in school. This guy was probably one of the people that did everything right in life. And it's not even the case, brother. I am middle class, raised middle class. And I'm just like any other normal student that would be out there. That is me. So a lot of people always think that if I'm in my position, how did I come about it? And my history and how I grew up in a black neighborhood. So I'm colored and I grew up in a black neighborhood and I can speak a lot of African languages. We moved to Pretoria about when I was 6, as I was saying. And ever since, man, when I finished high school, I always wanted to be a pilot. That never worked out for me because I took a gap year and my maths was also not that good. So my main thing in life, I've always wanted to be a pilot. So how I started my Forex trading journey and how a lot of people know me with trading was I took a gap year and then unfortunately, I made a girl pregnant, which is, not things that happen a lot often because obviously if you're looking at your future, you need to be able to take safety precautions and safety measures when you're going to have sex, and I made that mistake because I was so excited. I just finally got my matric results. So I was like, let's go. And then I made a girl pregnant. And, my dad, being raised the way I was raised, he's not one of those people that just accepts, things like that. He's a police officer. He's been a police officer for about 28 years. And so he kicked me out. He told me straight, if you're going to make a girl pregnant, then you should obviously have a job and get a job. So I was kicked out of my home, out of my house that I grew in at the age of 18. And ever since, that's when I started looking into different ventures, what I could do to support my baby that's going to come and, what my future would turn out like. So I wanted to be a police officer instead because, obviously I have to start, buying pampers, buying diapers, doing the right things. So that would have been my go-to. And they didn't accept me because my marks weren't that good. So, and then I heard about trading from the person that's actually my current reception lady that's working for me. She told me about trading. She's like, I heard about this thing called Forex trading. And I want you to look into it because it's for more younger people. I would want to do it, but it's not for me. So I looked into it. And about, let's say, 3, 4 months later, I literally made my first million. So that's my story, and that's how I came about trading, and that's how I was introduced to the business. So for me, the life hack and the lesson behind all of this is if it wasn't, for my mistake that I made, my way wouldn't have been paved. So that's how I put my stamp in the game. And after that, I started now opening my own trading company, educating others on how to trade and changing people's life. So in a nutshell, there to me, that's where I come from, and this is where we are today, and this is why I'm with you. It was my first trading account. I literally, because I didn't know how, the aspect behind it, the theory behind it, that you're actually going to lose before you make money, that you're actually going to go through this pain. And I funded my trading account with $1,000. I'll never forget this. This was a loan that my mom took at the bank. And I was like, you know what, with $1,000, I can make it 10,000 to pay my mom back and then, have money for this. You know how the goals go. But I was still trading demo. So when I went live, I actually blew that account all the way to $250. And then that's when I realized, no, it's not as easy. Yes, I was killing the demo account, but now if I lose this money, what do I do? What's my go-to? I don't have a job. I don't have anything. That was very stressful for me, Chris. And the main reason it was so stressful was because you're all alone in a back room and you just hit with life, throwing all these jabs at you at the same time. You don't know how to control it. You thought this thing was going to work out. So I just took a break from trading for like a week or 2 weeks. And then when I went back, I actually went for a course because there's this guy that I saw on Instagram. I was like, because back then when we started trading, there wasn't a lot of traders. It wasn't so familiar. That was like 5 years back. So I saw this guy and I was like, now let me go for his course. And it actually helped me a lot. I managed to grow my account from $250 using proper risk management, proper entries, and doing what's supposed to be done by the rules of the book. I grew that account all the way to about $62,000 in 3 months. Now, for me, that was a massive turnover, Chris, because the way I grew that account was basically, pairs like NASDAQ and US30 weren't so familiar. I was literally trading pairs only. And that for me was an eye-opener. And it gave me consistency. That's why till this day, people ask me, what do you prefer trading? Do you prefer pairs? Do you prefer indices? And I would say pairs because it gave me consistency. I was able to swing trades, things I couldn't do. And that's what helped me grow personally. So, yeah, Chris, I mean, this road is not easy. You're going to blow accounts, you're going to lose money until this day. Because we have days where we still lose money, $10,000 losses, $8,000. But we know that what you're losing is not supposed to be impacting your profit. That's why risk management is the most important key.
So my first piece of advice would be, if you want to get into trading, do research about it. Like any other thing that you get into in life, you have to do your research about it. Because the thing is, you get clients that only see your Instagram account and they're like, yo, I want this, I want that, I want that. I'm going there. I'm going to go for the classes, I'm going to go for this. But when they get there, then you get to notice it's a whole different world. This is charts that we're looking at. This is digital money. And then it gets to them like, oh, I need to analyze that page so I can make money there. I thought this was easy, just buying and selling. It's never as easy. Simple, yes. Easy, no. Never ever. So for my first piece of advice would be, do your research. That's the most important. Do your research about what trading is, how it involves, and how it works. And remember, it's also important to know where you put in your money too. Because the money that you put in trading, that's your investment money. All you need to do is grow that money and you become profitable. And my second piece of advice is, obviously, if you're looking for a mentor to help in your trading journey, also do your research on the company that you're going to get yourself involved into. Because recently there's been a lot of scams, as we all know. Not even scam accounts or anything like that, but scam companies that actually teach people things they have not accomplished in life yet. Which is a bit unfair, because if you're going to teach somebody something, you at least need to lead by example and show them what you're teaching them. So also avoid people like that being used in the streets, because people are just taking money and you will not get the value for your money. Value for your money is a very important thing. So also do your research on Forex trading companies if you're looking to get started and get a mentor to help you in your journey. That's the most important piece of advice I can give them. And third piece of advice would be, open a demo account. A demo account will actually give you a feel of the real markets, whether before you start trading, before you go for classes, whatever the case might be. Open a demo account, see how it works, go to YouTube, look at the YouTube videos, see what other traders have to say about it. And by doing that, you're actually extending your knowledge so that whenever you're ready to start trading, you have enough knowledge and information in your head to back up everything that you're going to be doing.
It's a whole different world. It's a digital world. We're talking about digital money. So if you're looking to go into trading, expect at least 3 to 6 months of just learning and losing money.
Bro.
It's a lot. It's like literally going to university. And that's why when people trade for a week and they lose money and it's like, they think it's scam, Joe. Like, it's time and effort.
Yeah.
You can't just go to school for 1 week and expect to pass. You have to go through the whole
For
trials
sure,
and
for
tribulation,
sure,
go
for
through
sure.
all of it, So, yeah.
As a Forex trader, never have one account. So it's very important to have multiple trading accounts. Now I'm saying this based on in terms of, instead of funding one account with $300, split it into 3 accounts. But make it even more useful. Split it into 3 brokers. So, for instance, open your first account, use FWT Markets, deposit $100. Open your second account, use JP Markets for example, deposit another $100. Third account, FX Pro, deposit another $100. Now by doing this, remember, you're putting your money in different places. It's very important. It's important to have one offshore account, one local account in terms of taxes. But yeah, we'll get there later. You wouldn't know that. Anyway, as I was saying, so 3 trading accounts. One account, you don't never withdraw from that account. That's your main account. You make sure you grow that account from $100 to even if it's $50,000 or $100,000. That's the one account that keeps on growing. Because remember, in trading, you make profits, you withdraw. It's not consistent. You're not sure if you're going to make money next year. You're not sure if you're going to make money in the next 2 months. So it's important to have that one trading account that you never withdraw from. Have that account, let it be a growth. Let it be your lifetime investment account. That's your first account. The second account, now remember there's 2 types of trading. There's what you call swing trading. There's what we call scalping. Now your second account, make sure you scalp with it every day. Because remember, if you're a swing trader, you place trades, you let them run. But some days when you're free, when you're not at work, when you're not busy with school things, it's easy. You just scalp all day. You keep on growing your scalping account. Because remember, when you're not scalping, you could be using signals to grow your scalping account. And then account number 3, the most important account, the long-term trades. This is where you analyze on H4 time frames, daily time frames. You need to trade with purpose. If you don't have one, make one. But make sure you do not trade with the mentality of getting rich quick. Trade with the purpose of developing a skill. And the more your skill grows, the more your income grows. It's very important. Protect your skill, grow your income. Don't be greedy. Trade with a purpose. So that means if you have your 3 accounts that you're growing, you have your what? You have your swinging account, your scalping account, your long-term investment. Now your long-term investment account, that's going to be the account that when you withdraw one day, you're going to buy yourself an A45, an M4, or be smart about it. Invest in property. Buy yourself a house, because remember, that's your investment account. The only time you withdraw from this account is there's something big that you're going to be paying for. Don't be like these traders of nowadays who buy accounts without having property. That's the most foolish thing. So investment account, key. That means you trade with a purpose. That means every trade that you place in that account, you know what you're trading for. And that will also motivate you to reach your goal quicker. And then you have your second account, which is a scalping account. Now this account, you can use this account as your pocket money account. So for anything you need, like your sneakers, your clothes, your airtime, data, money to ball in the club, it can be a scalping account. I mean, a scalping account can even range from profits of $5,000 to $6,000 depending on how good of a trader you are. So trade with a purpose. You know that if you place those trades in that account, you're going to get the latest sneakers. You're going to get the latest, everything you want basically. But make sure you trade with a purpose. And then account number 3, your swing account. This account can be the account that you pay your bills with. You pay your electricity, water, your car installments, whatever the case may be. But make sure when you trade, it's always with a purpose. Because this thing of just funding one trading account and growing it to pay your bills, your car, your investment, what you want to buy one day, it's not going to work out because it's all too much. But once you analyze it and you put it nicely in tech and nicely in line, you will have the right strategy to approach the market. Because remember, trading is not just clicking a button, it's mentally. And if you get it right mentally, you will get it right profitably. It's also one of the most important. It's called risk management. Now, this is where a lot of traders fall off, or where a lot of new beginner traders fall off because they don't have risk management. Now, are you telling me you're going to fund your account with $100 and use lot size 0.05? It doesn't make sense. If you have an account that is $100 or less, you only use lot size 0.01 until your account is grown. Don't come here and think you're Sylvester Stallone and come use 0.10. You're gonna blow it now, very quick. So risk management is key. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram and you look at the profits that I post, they're all reasonable profits. I could have a $45,000 account that I'm trading, but I would use lot size 0.77. Why am I not using lot size 10.00? Because my account can withstand it. But I know my risk management. I know the type of trading that I'm involved in. Because remember, trading, making a profit in the market is really not easy. You only make 1 million rand on a demo account a day. When you're on a live account, there's real emotions involved. You need to make sure if that trade doesn't go your way, you're risking less. You don't want to lose the profit that you made already. So risk management is one of the most important key factors when it comes to trading. Don't be greedy. Just risk what you can afford.
Chris, my first, and this is the craziest thing, but my first tip would be for people, to not look at Forex trading, because remember we have social media now. Now we have ways Forex trading is being portrayed. Now, if somebody that doesn't know anything about trading sees my profile on Instagram, immediately he thinks he's going to have that life. So my tip is live your life, walk your own journey, Chris. Don't be in a rush to see me posting $10,000 accounts, going to fund your last money, which is your retirement $10,000 account, and then you blow it. So my tip would be have consistency. Start small. Start with $100 account, Chris. Grow that to whatever amount you wanted to fund. If you wanted to fund with a $10,000, why do you have to fund with $10,000? Grow from $100 to $10,000, even if it takes you a year. If you did it in a year, you weren't just trading, you weren't just making money, you were learning. You are seeing setups, you're getting used to pairs and how they move. There's specific things you get to pick up. You realize, oh no, man, every morning, 4 a.m., gold has a bullish candlestick, for example. You start to notice the small patterns in the market, and that leads you to being more profitable. But you have to walk the journey. You can't just start big. It will never happen. It's impossible. It's never happened. And that's one thing that I learned, because I started with $1,000 account, as I told you, and I had to lose to be able to learn, no, I have to step back and actually grow that account. And that's why I was able to do that. So for me, I would say walk your journey. Walk your journey, use your risk management, and enjoy it because you're learning. And it's a whole new world. So if you're starting out trading and you're looking to start out trading and you're a retail trader, only thing that can get you there, discipline, consistency, and walking your own path, Chris, walking that path alone.
One thing,
as you were saying now, traders have this thing of building up and collecting so much information over the years that after 3 years or 4 years of trading, they have it all bundled up in their head. And it's like, if they're looking at a pair, they get so confused by looking at the pair because this information says he must buy the pair, this says he must sell. So it's conflicting in his brain. And that's how traders start becoming, less profitable. You'll see traders being profitable maybe for the first 2 years, and then it just goes down slow. It's because you're conflicting, and that's when they go look for the new thing that's in. They go look for the new trading robot system. They go look everywhere. And as you said, this thing is simplified. You go through your process, maybe the first year, you see what's profitable for you, you look for what works for you. Once you find it, you just, focus on mastering it. You just focus on getting it right. And that's what I did, because I still trade the same way that I literally started trading, and I just understand it more, even able to see entries with my naked eye. Sometimes you just need to have some analysis to confirm it, but it just shows that consistency. And if you know and if you master what you are taught and how you can, move forward with it, it will be very helpful. And you just stick to that.
Trading and all of that.
Man, the ups and the downs is in Forex trading, you'll always lose money also.
You always lose money.
Yeah, that's also a part that nobody talks about,
Right.
And that's where the psychological part of trading comes in. You need to better understanding to a point where even if you make money, you don't celebrate it until you withdraw that money. Because if you don't withdraw your money, it's still the broker's money, it's still the market's money, it still goes back in.
Yeah.
The only profit you should celebrate is money in your pocket. And I think that's the biggest mistake a lot of traders do. So that's one of the downs a lot of people don't talk about.
Right.
As much money as you can make, is so much money you can lose, bro.
And then